Hello, my name is Karen Vance. I live at Claremont. I want to speak tonight about the relationship of affordable housing to Condit Elementary School. To prepare for this evening, I spoke at length as part of a coalition with Superintendent of Schools David Cash. David understands that there is a fear surrounding enrollment at Condit as it relates to affordable housing. He understands this fear is expressed through questions such as, when all three proposed developments along Baseline are built, what will happen to the children at Condit? Will there be room? Will class sizes grow larger? Will intra-district transfers from Sumner or Mountain View or other Claremont schools be denied? Will families and students who have come to consider Condit their home be displaced? Superintendent Cash understands these fears and states the following. Condit will have room for children from all three Baseline developments. Class sizes will remain the same. Of the new students coming to Condit, approximately 40 will be from the affordable housing development. Let me repeat that number. District demographers know that approximately 40 new students from the affordable housing development will enroll at Condit. David Cash states that no Claremont resident will be displaced from Condit. This includes all students on intra-district transfers. Again, David spoke directly to the fears expressed by many Condit parents. Because state law sets class sizes and not local policy, we know class size at Condit cannot change. David states that when the three Baseline developments are complete, including the affordable development, new students enrolling at Condit will not displace any Claremont students at Condit. Chaparral is in fact the Claremont school with the highest percentage of intra-district transfers. The percentage of intra-district transfers at Condit is quite small in comparison. Portable classrooms will be brought to Condit if necessary to accommodate new students from all three new developments. No intra-district transfers need to be denied for reasons of space. Mr. Cash stressed that all children from the three Baseline developments are welcome at Condit. He stressed the fine caliber of the Condit teaching staff and their well-deserved reputation as dedicated and sophisticated professionals. These professionals will educate all new incoming students in the manner that has caused parents to seek out placement for their children at Condit School. These are the facts about what will take place at Condit when all three developments on Baseline are built. 40 or so new students from the affordable development will enroll in grades K through 6. Class sizes cannot grow larger per state law. Portable classrooms will be used if needed to provide classroom space. No Claremont child need be displaced. However, I realize that facts do not always calm fears. I realize that as council members, you must make decisions that take into account the will of your constituents as well as your own legal, ethical, and moral obligations. As you are faced with making this decision, I ask you to reflect deeply and honestly. I would like to ask you to ask yourselves where the fear of 40 low-income children attending Condit comes from. This fear cannot come from facts or from our rational minds. We have just now learned the rational, objective facts as they relate to Condit. I am certain the fears surrounding low-income families and students comes from a place deep inside ourselves we would pretend does not exist. We would rather not openly discuss this fear of low-income families. We justify our fear with elaborate rationalizations, excuses, and dodges. We go so far as to create the convoluted argument that we need to protect low-income families from their own desperate decision to live in Claremont. We collude in the shared self-deception that only members of the middle class are free to make informed decisions about where their families should live. We do not admit in any way or shape or form that the real problem before us is that in our hearts, we are only comfortable including those whom we believe to be like us in social standing and appearance. We do not openly acknowledge our belief that parents who have failed to generate in the moment our level of income are people of flawed character with dull-witted or delinquent children. I am certain that this fear of others we perceive as flawed or different from ourselves is the true issue posed by the controversy over the EIR and enrollment at Condit School. Whether we choose to acknowledge it or not, it is the whispers of fear that drive opposition to affordable housing. I believe that you on council are free to act with informed integrity. I urge that this campaign of fear not drive your decision about the placement of affordable housing on town and baseline. Given the facts about Condit School, I am certain that the fears which would deny enrollment to 40 young children from the affordable development while welcoming those from the market rate developments at Condit School will not drive you to make an unethical decision. Exclusion of low-income students from a particular public school, Condit, while the city happily welcomes new students of middle income on whatever pretext, would prove to be a calamity for our city. The reasoning which proposes that it is safe or defensible for the middle class to live along the freeway, but that it is not safe or defensible for those of low income to live along the freeway, is under objective scrutiny ludicrous. It is particularly objectionable when this reasoning includes the inability of low-income parents to make appropriate decisions for their families. The absurdity of this reasoning would result in the denial of the enrollment at a public elementary school on the basis of income. This denial is a recipe for our city's self-destruction. Claremont is known today as the 5th loveliest community in which to live in the nation. I am proud of our city and would like to preserve its continued development as well as its reputation. Condit Elementary School will remain, after the enrollment of students from all 3 developments along baseline, a flagship school. Condit will continue to be known for its high performance in this school district. We have an outstanding Condit teaching staff ready to welcome and instruct all newcomers. The fact is that we need not fear for the fate of Condit Elementary School. The fact is that we need not fear for the performance of Condit students when the 3 baseline development projects are complete. The fact is that we cannot build only for those of middle income along the 210 freeway and expect to successfully claim under any rationale that we are protecting the health and welfare of those of low income by excluding their residents.
May I ask you to bring your comment to a conclusion?
Thank you, Mr. Yao. I ask you tonight to honor our city's commitment to developing housing along the 210 corridor. I ask you to protect our city's reputation, and I ask you to protect our city's autonomy and our city's right to continue to pursue development as we see fit.
Thank you.